Hi everybody, Ella Marcus here from Transgurus. Before we start our film, I would just like to ask you if you can come to our Facebook page, Transgurus, and give us your like. And don't forget to subscribe in our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon.
Everybody, welcome back to Trans Gurus.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
So today we have a really fun topic. We are going to be talking about giving from the heart. Not so much. It could be fun. It's heartwarming. It's one of those topics that we need to talk about because it's life changing. So, uh, giving from the heart for me, I I have my own version of what that means to me, and it's giving it from your heart is not giving out of obligation, not giving out of necessity, not giving to be seen. It is, in my opinion, more self-fulfilling and gratifying when we're giving out of pure desire to connect with each other as a community, as a family, or just as fellow human beings. I kind of relate to it in a way of thinking as when the holiday season comes around, and everybody brands it in their businesses like the giving season, right? Like now it's time to take out our schedules and schedule in giving time. But I think and that can go with birthdays too, like giving for that. And people get gifts, people get presents and money and cards and stuff, and that's kind of like a traditional attitude that I think takes away the specialness of giving from your heart when it's not scheduled in. It's an opportunity presented to you, that's organically revealed, that's organically manifested, where you are able to see that somebody's in need, or a situation is in need, or you could offer your services and uplift a situation to a higher level through you just being involved. So, you know, I I like to um, think about, like, how can I sharpen up my awareness on how often I can give of myself on a daily basis, or a weekly basis, or a monthly, like whatever I can allot. Whenever I see the opportunity present itself, I try to give if I have the ability to give. And that doesn't necessarily mean like money. It doesn't have to be monetary. It can be your time, it could be service, it can be even assisting somebody, maybe volunteer work, maybe going the extra mile at your job, even though you're not getting paid for that. That's not, I don't think that's what giving is. I think maybe you kind of offer something that is heartfelt. So, like, for example, sometimes I'll see somebody on the side of the road that's going through a tough time, and they're asking for help, and maybe they have an appearance to them that shows that they're unfortunate right now. And I'll hand out, like, if I have food that I just got at the fast food place or something, I'll give them maybe a burger or a meal. And sometimes I have numbers in my phone that I'll write down on a piece of paper, and I'll give it to them so they can go to a local food pantry and get some services. And at the gym that I go to, it doesn't have to just be that. Like at the gym I go to, I volunteer to mop the floor because I've created a relationship with the guys that are there, and we're pretty tight with each other. And I want to show them that I respect what they do. And even though somebody's there deemed to be the janitor, like I still want to give them something from my heart and show them how much I got a mutual love and respect for them, and give them the opportunity to connect with me. And I find it comes back too, funny enough. Sometimes I see people that are participating in projects, and I want to help them with my skills, and I give out of my heart in that way, or with previous experience in construction that I've had. And maybe I could help you set up, your cabinets, and I'm not asking you to pay me. I just want to do it because I love you, or you needed help. You simply needed help, or I saw that you needed help. You didn't even ask me. So, being considerate of people's needs and anticipating what they need, if you have the ability and capacity to do so, that's what I like to try to focus on. And I think the key to, giving is knowing that what your capacity is to give. Like, don't just give. I don't just give if it's like my last dollar, I need to like feed my baby with that last dollar. Like, I'm not going to give if I don't have. And then maybe I get frustrated, or maybe I put an energy behind that giving, and I'm like, oh God, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to have that energy. I want to give with joy. I want to give to people when I have coming from a position of strength. And even sometimes when I'm in a position of weakness, I'll still give, but I want to make sure that it's not going to cripple me, where I'll be paralyzed, where I'll mess myself up so bad by giving this last morsel of food, but where I needed it for myself. So sometimes it'll come full circle, and then someone won't be able to give to me. And that's, to try to sum it up, maybe that's my love language, is by giving acts of service, not like monetarily giving. I think that's probably like more so my love language is giving from my heart in those type of ways. So with that being said, I would love to turn it over to Ella. I would love to hear, you know, what is your rendition of giving from the heart? I know that, you've given, one time you gave me, really good advice and spent time with me, and we were able to talk about personal things. So I know that you give on a regular basis. I would love to hear more and divulge me.
Thank, thank you, Christian. Yeah, giving from the heart, I think it's something which is very important. It starts with compassion and understanding of other people. It starts not of thinking only about yourself, but thinking about the others. It starts with love, because everything you do, it has to be somehow related to love. And giving from the heart is exactly that. Is giving love to other people. And I mean, all my life, all my couple of years, I've always given from my heart. I gave from my heart advice. I gave from my heart money. I gave from my heart to my loved people, depending. And I never kept books either. Because, some people, they give from the heart, but they have a kind of a little book which said, I gave you this and I gave you that. That, I think, it's not giving from the heart. It's kind of, you give this and you want it back. That doesn't work. If you want to give from your heart, you have to give honestly and openly and without retribution, because that is what's given from the heart. I have given to people in Africa because I thought it was really worthwhile to give them, because they were poor, and they gave money to charities. Okay, giving money to charity sometimes has got a double meaning too, because you can return that from your taxes. But okay, that's another thing. So, but giving from the heart is not that. For me, giving from the heart is the love you put to every single person that you admire, that you love. It's for me, one of the main things that I've been doing since I'm a transgender is to give back to my community and try to help my community. I mean, I've spent hours and hours and hours giving back to transgender people, because I think they are worth it, because I think that we are a great community, and because we deserve it. And it is part of my being, and I want to support them as far as I can. But it's all the passions and all the loves, and it's my daughter, it's my kids, it's my grandchild. That's all giving from the heart. For me, you're talking about, for example, Christmas, when you start to give presents to people. Many years ago in my family, we actually said, okay, we're not going to give presents to each other anymore. We are going to put money on a kind of a little pot, and that money goes to whatever charity we choose together. So one of the things that we're going to discuss during Christmas is actually what charity is it going to go to? You see? Of course, you have to make sure that what you give is compares to what you receive to. But you know that is part of this compassion for everybody, the understanding what other people go through, and try to help them. Try to help them financially, mentally, however you can. In my business, people which work with me, I was never short on telling them, I'm not going to give you this, or I'm just going to pay you the hours by the hour. No, I was always open to give as much as I can. And, I have to tell you, some of the people historically which have done a lot of work was because they were compassionate. I was compassionate. I mean, I had many, many years ago, it's a funny story, but I had a person which is actually, he did something very bad. And I defend him and I supported him. Most people probably would throw him out of the company within 5 minutes. I didn't, because I believed in him. He was going through a difficult phase and I believed in him. He never forgave me. He was always by my side and he was always helping me as well afterwards. And I still have contact with him.
That's
This is giving from the heart.
that's a different angle that I didn't even consider before. Like giving a second chance from the heart. Giving
Very important. Very important.
like allowing yourself to get in that person's shoes or trying to get in their headspace so you can kind of understand why they're acting that way and then build an even stronger bond when we break down those barriers of understanding, or actually those barriers of misunderstanding. So I think that's really beautiful. I really loved how you touched on, not like waving a flag when like, oh, I'm giving, look over here, everybody, I'm giving. Like, that's that kind of defeats the purpose, like video it or something, or take a picture like, look, I gave right here on this day at this time, check it out, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Like, it doesn't work like totally defeated the purpose. But with that, that's a beautiful testimony, Ellen. That person was able to get a second chance because of you being aware of that in your heart, what you needed to do. And Bonnie, I know that you have given so, oh my gosh, it's like I don't even think I would have a piece of the paper long enough, like a parchment paper, like a scroll we would probably need. But from giving to children to giving advice to just experience that you've had, I know that you know what it's like to give from the heart, and you don't expect anything in return but to try to make somebody else's life that much better. And just like Ella's helped me in many ways, you've helped me, and I would love to hear your rendition of what that means. What does giving from the heart mean in your eyes?
For me, it's like giving is not always about money. Giving is about whether it's your time, your energy, help, when people need it. I'll give you a quick example. Many years ago, when I was in the air conditioning business, I donated all the outdoor, the padding for the ground and all the toys for a church for them to do a nursery. And we brought all out there. It was real beautiful, whatever. But the point is, the pastor said, okay, let's go to my office so I can write you something up so you can write this off of your income tax. And I said to him, I says, no, you misunderstood. I gave this because I wanted to give. I didn't give this so I could write it off on my taxes. And he stepped back oh man, the Twilight Zone here. And he says, well, I don't know how to thank you. And at this time in my life, my mother was real sick, real close to leaving me at that point. And I came up with the idea, you know what? Let's pray for my mother, and that's payment enough. And as crazy as it is, and I'm not a real religious person, you got to understand. But bottom line, we prayed for my mother. That day, she got better and lived for 6 more months. And she was ornery as hell for 6 months. I tell you what, it was like she got a B12 shot every day. And if you talk about, reality, I mean, I wasn't expecting anything. And in return, for me, you have to understand, I've tried to make my life about giving. And it seems like when I give, the universe gives back. I mean, sometimes it blows me away. I mean, that isn't even my intention. Just like what happened with my mother, that was the furthest thing from my mind, that we were going to pray for my mother and she was going to get better. But it happened. And so many times I've done things and I've given to people and I've helped people, whether it's helped them in business, helped them financially, helped them through hard times, talked to them, shared my knowledge, just gave from the heart. And it wasn't ever about ever getting anything back in return. Like with Christian, I've given him so much, but when I see him doing really, really good and just what a reward. I mean, that's better than, that's the universe is giving back to me when I can see him doing really, really good and making strides and his life is getting better. But I have to talk about Christian. I'm just talking about life. Giving is something that it's a place that you come from with no ulterior motive, not looking for anything in return. Some people, I'll do this for you, I'll do this for you, and what are you going to do for me? Or I'll give you this, but what are you going to give me? No. If you just really want to give to somebody with nothing, looking for nothing, not trying to get to trans gurus. Ella and myself put at least 2 hours a day on that Facebook page.
At least.
And these videos, we get nothing out of it. We're not looking, especially myself, I'm not looking for publicity or this or that. I've always been behind the scenes. But my point is that if the things that we talk about, somebody can take something from that that's positive and help their life to be better, wow, it was worth every minute and every second that we put into it.
Yeah, but Bonnie, I have to tell you, we get a lot of rewards because for that, and the rewards come in a phrase like, "I loved your video." "Oh, you've done really well. I really am moved by you." This is our rewards.
And I know we've talked about subjects that have helped people to get through situations, different ways of looking at it. You got to remember, there's 5 of us. Raj, with that storm, she had a problem, a roof leak in the ceiling and everything, so that's why she's not here. But what I'm saying is that, I don't know, I forgot my trend of thought. Bannon, I'm going to turn it over to you. And, it's just emotionally, it's overwhelming. And sometimes when that overwhelming feeling is a really good feeling, and it can emotionally affect you. But that's all.
And with that, Bonnie, that was, well, thank you for sharing that. It kind of drove the point home when you said that you weren't looking to give so you can get income tax money back. like I'm gonna give to this person right here because they're gonna give me a free T-shirt, or they're gonna give me free tax money back. I don't want to do that. Or I'm gonna get publicity or a picture in the news. Like, we're not doing that. And same thing with Transgurus. We're doing this for a bigger cause that is way bigger than ourselves. And that's why we're all here. That's because we recognize that fact. And thank you for everybody that comes out and participates. And we love all of you. We love everything that you want to bring and help us grow. And we want to help you grow right back. So, and speaking of growing, you know, when I met Shannon in a group meeting, and we used to sit there, and Shannon has always been a motivational speaker in my eyes, and she has always given these incredible moments that I'll never forget, that actually inspired a lot of what we do here today. And by you starting off, that you kicked it off, Shannon, with giving to us in those groups. And I would love to hear now what's going on within you when it comes to giving. What is your rendition?
Wow. Giving is a way of life. Giving is it's a personality trait. It's a way of life. It's a position from which we live our life. And giving, there's many synonyms that we can use, and like the contribution. So I know I live my life in such a way that everywhere I go, if I can add value to every place I go, every person I see, if I can add value, improve the situation some way or another, I'm going to do it. And you know, as humans, we use words, vocabulary, the art of speaking, gestures, a smile, open a door for somebody. Giving can come in all forms, from writing a check to a charity to giving someone a smile. And from what I heard this afternoon from my fellow gurus, we've all have this. We all have this inherent need to help others. And I wrote a few things down here. So, you know, giving from the heart. You know, you can give from your bank account, you can give from your brain, you know, you can give by your physical effort, you know, like building those homes for some homeless folks and stuff like that. That's all great. But when you give from your heart, there's a certain energy that's associated with that. There's a certain passion, and then that adds power to the act. And you know, so it's like giving without expectation. You know, I don't want anything in return. I'm just doing this because I want to. And there's a saying that was, I think, back in World War II, with all the volunteer nurse staff in the hospitals that were taking care of the soldiers coming back. It was nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer. Nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer. And then there's other phrases that are in our current society, you know, random acts of kindness, paying it forward, you know, so there's like a certain karma thing involved. And I believe in energy, and spent human energy has a byproduct. And this is something I came up with a while ago. Spent human energy has a byproduct. Like you put gas in your car, you know, you got an exhaust pipe, you burn coal, it produces smoke. Well, spent human energy produces a byproduct, and that byproduct is karma. And so paying it forward is another one of these modern terms we use to kind of exemplify what we're talking about here. There is a universal law. One of the universal laws is that the only way that we can make ourselves happy is to help someone else become happy. There's like that reciprocating. There's a reciprocating principle involved with that. You know, if you want to make yourself happy, go make a contribution to someone else, improve someone else.
I think he froze.
And
I think it's
the
frozen.
isn't the amount of money we have in the bank or the size of your home a true value of a person can be determined by the that we add to others and the contribution we provide to others in our community. And so the contribution that we provide in any form, you know, mopping the floor at the gym, you're walking down the street or you're walking in a parking lot of a shopping center, you see someone left some garbage on the side of the, you know, pick it up. You're going to be walking by it anyhow. There's a garbage can ahead, pick it up and throw it away. It doesn't take any extra effort. And that's a simple act of trying to improve our society. There's another thing too when it comes to like human interaction. And I read this somewhere. It was actually on the wall of a gym, and I saw it maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it really struck home. You know, it said it's easy to find the dirt in people. You know, it's easy to find flaws in people, but be the one that finds the gold. Everyone has value. Everyone has gold within them. And try to be the person that helps someone find the gold in themselves. And I think Christian was talking about this, or one of the other gurus. The more we give, and this is another universal principle, everything is in balance. The universe is in balance. The more you give, the more you get. The more you take, the more you give. It doesn't work that way. The more you give, you have to give first. Even if you don't have it, you give. The more we give, the more we get. Therefore, the more how we can add value, how we can add value to our society determines a lot of like the human species. You know, this is like a team effort. You know, we're all on this planet together. And if we all pitch in somehow or another, you know, we can improve the lives of everyone, including ourselves. Christian.
You know, that resounds so true for me with what you just said. Like, this is a team effort. This is, you know, you don't have it, but you still give, and that can manifest in like I'm not gonna make money appear out of nowhere, but maybe if, for example, like maybe instead of me giving money to an organization, maybe I go volunteer for them. Maybe I offer my time. Maybe I can offer my skills and knowledge. There's something that we can do to give in a way that will contribute to somebody else's life in some capacity. Even if it's not volunteering, maybe it's like in my apartment complex, they have all these nails for some reason all over the ground.
Still?
Yeah, there's more nails. I called up Bonnie one day and I was like, there's all these friggin' nails everywhere, and I'm picking them up, and then I had a whole bunch of them in my hands, and they were screws, nails, all these sharp things. And I thought like I don't want people to have to go change their tire. So I walked around my entire apartment complex on the phone with Bonnie, and I was like, there's another one. I was counting. I got to like 76 nails, and then I took a picture of them. I sent it to the landlord, and I was like, look, there's all these nails here. Maybe somebody's dropping nails and not picking them up. I don't know. And he was like, oh my God, thank you for that. Thank you. And me and him have a really great relationship because anytime I can give back to him, he makes our apartment really nice and he goes above. He does the extra mile. Like he's doing what he has to do and as a landlord, but he goes above and beyond what is not even necessary of him to do. And I kind of had that in my heart. Like when I saw those nails, I was like, oh, I want to give back to him just like how he gives back to me. And my
Yeah,
girl.
but that wasn't just giving back to him. You gave to every single person that drove a vehicle through that parking lot that didn't have to go get a tire fixed.
Yeah, and like anytime now, it's like I've developed such a habit. When I get out of my car, I look on the ground, I'm like, is there any nails? And it's crazy, like it's contagious. So when you start it with something as small as a nail, now anytime I'm anywhere now, I see nails on the ground. They're like, killer looking nails or something or screws. I pick it up and I put it in my pocket. My girlfriend's like, why are you picking that trash up? I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. It's like I don't want anybody to ever have to go somewhere and then they have to go change their tire and they're late or something bad happens.
I'm gonna go buy you one of those magnets that you can just walk around and pick up nails with.
I'm gonna have to because it's become an addiction of some sort. It's like a calming, soothing, therapeutic. It's like tiny little nuggets that I keep on giving back to the world, and that's one of my ways that I manifest giving. And Shannon, that's exactly what I kind of heard from you when you said, even if you don't have it, give it. And in some way, you can give.
Well, Shannon was saying like opening a door for somebody.
Yeah.
You see somebody that can't do it. You see an elderly person needs a hand crossing the road or needs a hand putting something in their car or whatever it is. Just those little acts of kindness could change an elderly person's, make their whole day. I mean, like if you could do something simple and put a smile on somebody's face and make them feel good, that's pretty powerful stuff.
See, it doesn't require financial. It doesn't require a financial asset to make a contribution. And everyone thinks like, oh, we're going to give or we're going to contribute. You got to break out your checkbook. No, you can give of your time or your energy or intent.
Your advice.
Intent. And that's it's a way of thinking. It's just a way of living where anywhere we go, if we can add value or improve the circumstance in any which way, that's what we're talking about here today, Chris.
I just wanted to add, not interrupting, but I know you just left the gym. You look really good for a person that just came out of the gym.
I second that.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're from time to time, Jimmy, you are freezing up, unfortunately.
Okay, well.
Okay.
We've all experienced some of that here today.
Yeah. But I really love this topic tonight. It was really awesome to talk about everybody's idea, and I think we're pretty much all on the same page as far as that. And I was enlightened too. Like it doesn't just have to be like a a huge ordeal. Like opening a door, helping somebody with their groceries, simple things, and we contribute together and as a team, and we continue to uplift each other as a community, as a world. I love this. And I guess I would love to hear how the audience, I would love to hear what everybody in the comment section has to say about a time where they've given and how did it make you feel. And it's not, you get a pass. It's not, look at me with your foam finger like I gave today. But I would really love to hear, not all the time do we get a chance to speak on those moments. So I think that would be really cool to see what we've contributed to our fellow man in the comment section.
And also, give us topics if you want things. But what we want to try to do, one of the subjects we were talking about, the trans men top surgery, giving some information and some of the stuff, and then binding, try to do some of that, because we had put up a post and somebody sent in, they had 1.5 million, hits on it, and I'm not real familiar with it, but somebody said, no, that's not the proper way, and so we took it down right away, and they sent us all the information, and we put it up, but we want to try to do some videos for just different subjects, like the top surgery and bottom surgery for the trans men as well as the trans women, and talk about some of the different things about maybe effects of hormones and on and on. So, if you have a specific topic, we try to do a lot of that on the Facebook page, asking questions so that people can write in and give their opinions. And for no reason do we want anybody to think that we're trying to tell people how to do stuff. We're just sharing what we do, what we've been through, our experiences. And if you can take from that, that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to convince anybody to be a certain way. We just want to give you different ways of looking at situations.
Yeah, and I'd like to add to that point as well that if you've got some experts on the audience that you'd like to talk about a certain subject, we would be very happy to bring you as a guest speaker.
Yes, we'll do a Zoom with you and put a video. Nevaeh, not to try to talk about, but Nevaeh, that's Christian's girlfriend, she did a video and we put it out there and she had over 5,000 views. Oh, thank you, people out there.
Thank you. Nevaeh says thank you too.
Is she there?
No. Well.
Oh, I was going to say, let her say hello. Okay.
I'd have to call her over.
No. Goodbye.
All right. Next time. She'll come on next time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's wonderful having you. Love
Bye,
you.
everybody.
I just want to mention
Bye.
Lauren's surgery went really, really well. She was beautiful before, but she's even more beautiful now.
And we can't wait to update you on that as well.
We're doing a video on that one too.
Ooh,
Before
we
and
are?
after. Yes.
Good. Glad I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
All right,
she's resting right now.
Yeah, she's got to get her beauty sleep. So everybody have a great day. Enjoy your upcoming weekend, and Trans Gurus out.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed today's film. So don't forget, Facebook, Trans Gurus, please like us, and YouTube channel, subscribe. Please, thank you, and send all your comments. We love to hear from you.